What did you think of when Floyd, I think yesterday it was, says too many belts in the there's too many belts in boxing? What did you think of that?
I mean, I don't think that he told a lie. It is too many belts, and that's the problem. In the lightweight division, that's the problem. They're making new belts when people have mandatories and stuff like that. It's like they make a whole new belt for guys to duck and get out of fights, and I definitely agree with him. And when Floyd said that, people thought that, like, well, I wouldn't say people thought, but people was coming at me. But it was like, I agree. If it was 3-4 belts and it was the exact belts and not these minor titles and all that, I wouldn't have no problem with it. I wasn't mandatory. I didn't ask for a franchise belt. I never asked for another belt. I wanted to fight the mandatory. I worked my way. I entered the tournament to fight for the world title. I worked my way up to be somebody's mandatory. They asked for the belt. So if anything, they should be going at Top Rank and Loma and for all these people for franchise titles and petitioning for franchise titles. That's not my fault.
Because when people talk about the way you received the title, is it like you saying, well, I didn't want to receive a title by email or whatever. I wanted to fight the Lomachenko or the right?
That's exactly the truth. I entered the tournament to fight for the actual one world title that it was, and Top Rank and Loma asked for this other belt. I never asked for it, and I still wouldn't ask for a franchise title. I still wouldn't go petition for a franchise title.
And that's not cap, as you
like just like say I was to fight Loma. I mean, say I was to fight Teofimo. I wouldn't petition for it to win a franchise title. That's not my thing. That's not something I'm interested in. And me and my team aren't interested in winning a franchise title because I want to make the best fights happen. And what a franchise title is, you don't have a mandatory, so you can basically fight who you want because you don't have a mandatory. I don't mind facing my mandatories.
Are you a little hot with the WBC over that at all, or is it just?
I'm not gonna say that I'm hot because at the end of the day, it's part of the game.
But so when you see, you know, what Teofimo did over the weekend, and then you got Tank fighting a week before you, does, you know, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, they used to talk about how they'd only check each other's stats every night in the box score. Is it make you that kind of competitive?
Wait, say that again? So
Larry Bird and Magic Johnson, during their rivalry, every night when their game was over, they'd go and run and check each other's stats. Yeah. You know, do you have that kind of competitiveness with these guys where you want to one-up Teofimo and Gervonta's performances?
I mean, of course, that's part of it. That's part of the game. You know, you always want to one-up each other, and it's about being competitive and being the best. You know, I want to be better than everyone, so of course I'm going to watch and, you know, try to do better than them and outdo them. And
lastly, Dev, if the fights can't happen at 130, you know, what do you think's more likely? Teofimo at 35 or 140 eventually?
I would love for the fight to happen at 135. I'm not even going to say 140 because I think that the fight should happen now. I think the perfect time is for it to happen at 135 for all the belts. It's lining up perfectly, and the fans are demanding it more and more. And I think that it's pretty much close. I think that it's around the corner. It can happen soon if the fans just, you know, keep pushing for the fight, and Teofimo wants to fight and I want to fight.
It feels ahead of schedule, honestly. So, all right, thanks so much, Devin. Thanks so much, man, for your training. Way to train. To see you soon. Thanks, champ.
Yes, sir. Thank you.